And we're live. Hey everyone. Hey my rosebuds. How are you doing? I am back again. Rosie is here with you with another Heart to Heart with Rosie. And I have a special guest with me today. I will introduce him in a minute, but I hope you guys had a lovely week and things are going good for you. Everybody's good in your family. All around you're doing well. Um, this gentleman right here, this handsome young man on your screen, he is the CEO of GYC Solutions, which is means grow your credit. It's a company built to solve credit problems with results and education. He's also an international real estate investor, soon to be developer. Big things, big things. A proud father of three and happily married to a wonderful woman. He is the oldest of three on his mother's side and the third youngest of seven on his father's side. Born and raised in New York from immigrant parents from the island of Dominican Republic. Go DR. He grew up in the Bronx, New York, with he had big aspirations of becoming a basketball player, but his hoop dreams they faded after he suffered several knee injuries throughout his high school. Skipped college, headed to a trade school where he studied HVAC engineering, and that's to deal with ACs, right?
Yeah.
HVAC, okay. And he was in the top 5 of his class. He has worked in New York City's first casino in Queens, New York, as a part of the opening team. He has also worked for a $1 billion commercial real estate service firm and was a part of Network Marketing Travel Club. He started his own business as a credit business consultant part-time at the start of the pandemic. He had his first child at 25, met his wife in 2009, got married in 2017 in Punta Cana, DR, which changed his life. How so? How did that change your life?
The wedding or the
Well, you tell me, is it the wedding that changed your life or the woman that changed your life?
both simultaneously.
Both. Wow.
Simultaneously.
Okay.
Now the
That's deep.
fact that it happened, I'd like to get into detail.
So let's roll and then we can okay.
Details.
In 2018, they traveled the world together. At some point during those travels, he met me. I haven't met the wife, but he met me. In 2019, he assisted his wife in quitting her job, where she then started her own business. 2021, they moved to Central Florida, which they are now, on a leap of faith to have a new beginning. 2022, on his birthday, he and his beautiful wife turned their lives over to God and got baptized. When I read that, I was like, wow. I'm going to elaborate a little bit, but once we get into the questions, because I know I have a question about that as well. So we'll let you talk. So let's finish talking about what changed your life with the wedding and the woman. By the way, thank you for joining me on this little
Yes,
session. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So the wedding happened in a different country.
Okay, right.
So what influenced me to do is all the trials we went through in between. In 2015, I lost my father. Right, my father was a great man, and he loved my wife very much. It's almost like he saw something in her that I didn't see before I did. And you can say on his deathbed, uh, we were lucky enough to have him. My wife showed him the engagement ring because I proposed to her that year.
Before, right. Okay.
And the tears of joy that came out of that man's eyes showed me and certified that this was the woman for my life.
Wow.
And it was only months after that where he passed. So his passing, we buried him he passed here, but we buried him in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
At that time, I didn't have a passport at all. I had to get an emergency passport to fly to DR because I haven't been to the Dominican Republic in over 20 years before that event.
Wow.
And when I was there, I had a cousin of mine who works for the airline. He travels back and forth all the time. He flew over and said, "Listen, let me get your mind off what's going on. Let's relax. Let's go to a hotel."
Right.
Go to a hotel in Punta Cana. It was when I was in the hotel that I learned of um, weddings overseas. And I started
Oh,
looking into packages and I seen the prices. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So it was there that sparked the idea of even having a wedding out there.
got you.
You understand?
Got you.
So
I understand.
that was what made it special from that point
From that
on.
point,
And
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so 2016 we went hotel shopping just to see where we wanted to actually have the wedding, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's when we set up. Once we found out where we wanted to have it, we sent
Mm-hmm.
out invitations and plans because with our people we got to plan
Yep.
ahead. You want to make a big
You know it. You know it.
family trip where it was like no lie, it was about 80 of us,
Wow.
80 people.
Wow.
20 of them were out there already in the country, but it was about
Right.
60 of us that were traveling here. So it had to take a year of planning and getting everything right to have this amount of people actually, attend the wedding in one spot. Has never happened in my family history. So now we're already setting, a
Yep.
precedent of something that it's gonna be
Yeah.
magical. It could be
Yeah.
horrific or it can be magical. That was the chance we were willing to take. So 2017, May of 2017 was the wedding day, and when I tell you, it was beyond magical, the most amazing experience to have my entire family there, my mom there. Everyone was there. The only one missing was my father, but he was there in memory, of
Yep.
course.
Yep. Yep.
And like I said, that changed my life. How
Mm-hmm.
everything transpired,
Right.
just the feeling. And, I vowed to her that, the next 8 years of her life were going to be different than our last 8 because she waited so long. Right.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So, yeah, after 2017, after the honeymoon and all that, I came back now with an urge to want to travel more because of that experience I had with my family.
Got
I
you.
was like, guys, we can do this every year. We can do this all the time, which
Yeah.
led me into joining this travel club, right? That was my sole purpose. It wasn't to try to be a million. No, no, no. I just wanted
Right.
to be able to get
Right.
skills to
Yes.
travel with my whole family every year.
Yes.
And that's where it led to me meeting
Yep. Exactly. Yep. 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 That's a beautiful story. I remember you talking to me a little bit about that, but I didn't know the history, the behind the scenes
Mhm.
story of all of that. But no, guys, she's a beautiful person. I mean, I haven't met her, but just on the screen, it comes through in everything that she does. She's silly, she's crazy, she's lovable, she's everything all wrapped into one. So I can see why you actually made the leap. So yeah, I'm really, really happy for you. And she seems like a great gal. I would love to meet her one day. Hopefully when I come to Florida at some point, we can actually, meet up and I can get to meet her.
It
Hopefully
has
you're still there. Maybe you might move off to somebody else, someplace else.
no way, no way.
Okay,
We
all
are
right.
here. We are here to stay.
Okay, okay. All right. So tell me, it sounds like you have a big family,
Yes.
or semi big family. How many brothers and sisters?
So on my mother's side, my mom and dad, it's two of us. I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister who's 5 years younger.
Okay.
On my father's side is interesting. But then when he passed, is when we learned that there were three others. How many of us have that story? So
I think it's just the island people. I
yeah,
think
it
it's
has
just
to be.
them.
It
Yes, I
has
think
to be.
so.
So we learned that there was actually one younger than my sister who I thought was the baby this whole time.
Oh wow.
And then there were two older ones, and I have yet to meet them, but I've learned of them since then.
Okay. Are you guys in touch though? Are you guys in touch at all?
Um, I'm in touch with three of the others so far.
Okay.
But yeah, that was interesting. But interesting to learn. I learned more about that man after he passed, than when he was here. Me in particular, kids don't really know about their parents prior to them being born.
Yep.
Unless you're asking the right questions, because parents aren't, they don't tend
They
to
aren't
speak when they're
forthcoming.
asked.
Yes,
Yeah.
they aren't. They aren't forthcoming
Yeah.
with stuff. Yeah. I agree
So,
with you, and I wish I did ask questions. I had said that, I think, in one of my previous videos that I did before, that I really did. I regret not asking my mom and dad, questions that I really should have asked. So
yeah.
people are asking me certain questions and I don't have the answers. And like you said, after he died, after my dad also died, I learned that I had a younger sister. So, and I met her. Back then we never had internet and we never had this and all this stuff. So now I'm trying to find her, but to no avail. I've tried a couple of avenues. A couple of people have told me, but I can't seem to locate her. So hopefully she'll find me if I can't find her. So yeah, it's like after he died, after he passed, that's when we found out that, we have a younger sister. So yeah. So I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, we have to ask the questions, whether they're hard or, you don't think like, okay, you're not old enough to ask them. If you have enough sense and, responsibility and, maturity, then I think you should ask. Yeah. Definitely.
100%. I learned from those mistakes.
Yeah.
That they didn't know they were even, because I think it's a mistake when you take secrets to the grave with you like that.
Yes.
Because you affect the whole generation. You don't even know. You're just thinking kind of selfish. So
that is true.
A lot of the reason why I am how I am is shaped because of the things I learned about him, right? And that influences my parenting, how I parent my kids.
Yes.
Moving on to what you mentioned there about asking questions, you asked an interesting question prior to, which is, when did my mom migrate here?
Right.
And you caught me off guard with that, because honestly, I didn't know. But I am a certified mama's boy, and that was the first thing I did. I picked up. I still have the luxury. I thank God every day that I still have the luxury to be able to call her and ask.
Right.
That was the first thing I asked her.
That's good.
Like, Mom, how, when was it that you arrived here, or how long were you here before I was born?
Right.
And she surprisingly didn't hesitate with the exact date. She says, "Son, I arrived June 24th, 1978.
Wow.
I was expecting her to be like, "Oh, I don't really know. I don't remember."
Right. Fumbling, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that she pinpointed that day means that was a very significant moment in her life.
Wow.
And then I realized she was only 21 years old when that happened.
Damn.
So
was she married then to your dad at the time?
No, they met here.
Okay.
They met here because on the island they're from two different areas, like south and north. They would have never met on the island.
Okay, got you.
But they met here.
Okay.
Wow. So that was interesting for her to pinpoint the date, and then I realized, you know what, that's something you can never forget, because you're essentially leaving everything you know behind to take the ultimate leap of faith. That was their sole goal. Their sole goal was to find a better living.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So when I find myself, when I see myself, okay, I did leave from one state to another, took my whole family, that was a leap of faith. But what she did was courageous on another level.
Yeah.
So,
she left a whole other country,
mom, her parents, she left everything behind.
Everything.
For a better life.
Yeah.
That's why, there's nothing of shame of being an immigrant.
No.
You're a survivor. You're a survivor. Your courage, the faith that you have to just like blindly go to somewhere and start completely new, sometimes by yourself. You understand?
Yes. Knowing no one, maybe just have like a few dollars in your pocket too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So exactly. I get it. Definitely get it. Yeah.
So it's not till I got older that I started really appreciating the woman that she is. And not till I had my first child, then I really realized, like, whoa, you have to deal with all this by yourself? Because most times she was by herself. So very appreciative. So
You were born here. So,
Yeah.
what schools did you attend?
Living in the Bronx, close by, you go to whatever's in your district.
Okay.
I attended John F. Kennedy High School,
Okay. Okay.
which was uptown, the Bronx on Broadway area.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, Rough time in the back. That was like a school of hard knocks at that time. We called it jail for kids, not John F. Kennedy, jail for kids. That's what we called it. And
I never heard that. Okay. I never knew that. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it was literally about 5 minutes away from where I lived.
Okay.
So, most of my friends growing up that we all went there it was good. It was a good time. It was a good time to be in
Hmm.
school, compared to now, where you got to worry about all these school shootings and all kinds of stuff. Over there, you actually, if you
Yeah.
had a fight, it was with your fist. You lived to fight another day. But um, high school, like I said, I had ambitions of being a basketball player, and I was just focused on that because in my environment, the only way you make it out is through sports, is what we thought, right?
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
was the only avenues we had. So if you
Hmm.
were good in sports, that those around you will push you to keep going that way. So you don't really have a
Right.
plan B. You got to go all in.
Okay.
So plan B was forced when I started getting these injuries. Now I got to think beyond high school because I was thinking of, maybe getting scholarships to these big universities and
Right.
stuff like that. That was the only reason I would go, but
Hmm.
it didn't turn out that way. And being that my mom was a single parent for a while because my dad, he worked as a politician in the Dominican Republic
Oh, okay.
and in Puerto Rico. So he was out all the time. It was just I was
Okay.
really the man of the house, right? And then
Right.
my mom
Right.
worked 2 jobs. So my mind started just being focused on making money,
Hmm.
right? And college wasn't presenting that. After I graduated high school, I'd say, I'm pretty smart. As I would consider myself pretty smart, but I have to be pushed to really excel. And
Right.
see that in my kids now because they're super smart, but I got to push them to start using that brain for sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
And,
Hmm.
I was the same way. So I went to college just to satisfy my mom, to be honest.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How can school is everything for them.
Yes.
Coming from a different country where education
Hmm.
was hard to come by. You get
Right.
the education here. How dare you
Hmm.
not go get educated? You
Yep.
understand?
Yep.
So I did attend college 1 year. It felt like high school all over again with unfortunately the green eyes attracting the wrong kind of females all over the place. And it was just, I just couldn't concentrate. So at the time I was actually working for a hospital, which was close by. It was called New York Presbyterian Hospital, right
Hmm.
there on Broadway, close to JF Kennedy.
Okay.
It was there where I met a gentleman in the engineer department who gave me some kind of direction. He was like, listen,
Okay.
uh, in this field, there's not too many of us Hispanics that can benefit from, this kind of pay and this
Hmm.
kind of knowledge. I would like to help you. So he directed me to a trade school, which was called Lincoln Tech. Lincoln
Okay. Okay.
Institute. It was out in Mahwah, New Jersey. So it was like 13 months straight, no breaks,
Oh, wow.
13-month certification program that I had to go through. And it was quite a drive. It was about 40 minutes out. I would have to be there at 7 a.m. every morning,
Ooh.
leave there 2 p.m. I worked at the hospital from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I did that for 13 months straight.
Wow.
That was a sacrifice it took to finish that.
Right. Right.
And out of a class of 30, which we started, only 4 of us made it toward the end. So
That's amazing. Oh, and you were in that. You were in
I
that
was
four,
in
right? Yeah.
sacrificing for sure. This was prior to me meeting my wife now.
Right.
Um, my daughter's mom, who I was with prior to that, she was pregnant at the time. So I was dealing with a pregnant female, had work, I had school,
Right.
just taking care of responsibilities at the time.
Right. Right.
My daughter was born in 2006, my firstborn. And then I met uh, my wife now in 2009.
What's her name? I can't remember her name.
Miguelina.
Miguelina?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You gotta roll the L. You gotta roll the L for that.
Miguelina. Yeah.
Miguelina. There you go. You gotta roll the tongue for that one. So what we have now is a blended family, because when I met her, I had my daughter.
Right.
We had a daughter. And then we created the son.
The son.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So after Lincoln Tech, I was off and running into the field. Just
okay.
No
So
more.
with your injuries that you suffered, did you have to have surgery for any of them? Yeah. Oh wow.
ACL reconstruction.
Ooh.
2 summers in a row, because he said, you're still young, your muscles will heal fast.
Exactly.
Yeah. You want to build the muscle around it. You can still be active, but.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, because I'm sure you could have taken it to all the way. Yeah. I know your daughter plays, guys. I see. He posts stuff on Instagram, social media. So I see, and he posts, her games and her wins, her losses. Yeah. So I see them. So you're a big part of that. You're a big part of her life with that. Are you a coach, or do you coach her?
It's funny. So when we moved down here is when we started getting involved with this developmental league, where she started playing and kind of like, coming into her own. I wasn't coaching. I was coaching from the sideline. I'm the parent that yells from the crowd, and she'll listen to her coach. But I'm grateful that she listens to me, because she knows I come from a place of experience.
Right.
And I teach her not to live my dreams through her, but to just help her in her passion. If this is something you want to do, I'm just going to give you advice on how you should do it, because I did it this way and it didn't work for me. This might work for you. And she listens, and it's been such a great experience. My company's been able to sponsor this tournament, where it's
nice.
Yeah, it's been able to sponsor about 10 kids. Because of that experience, I just now took a coaching job that'll be starting this weekend.
Oh wow! So I asked the question right, like I knew that.
Yeah. So I will be coaching 5th, 6th, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders.
Wow.
She's gonna be my assistant coach, my daughter. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's looking forward to it.
We're super excited.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And it's funny, because I've always wanted a son, right? It's a funny thing. So me and my wife kept trying, because I wanted the son. We finally got the son. The reason I wanted the son is because I wanted him to carry my passion for sports.
Right.
And
nothing like that
did not happen that way at all. I turn around and my daughter is amazing. I was like, oh my God, I would have never expected this. But it's such a blessing. And she's actually influenced him now to get into the sport.
Oh, really? Oh, that's wonderful.
Exactly. So he played his first season this summer, actually won a championship in his team the same time his sister won. So that was an amazing.
You were like flying high, right?
I was celebrating. I was popping champagne like if I was the one playing.
That's amazing, that's amazing.
And he pushed me and said, "Dad, I only play again if you coach. If not, I won't play."
Oh wow!
Okay. So my coach, your sister's got to be the assistant coach, and that's how it works.
Oh, that's so amazing! That's wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you guys. Wow, and congratulations on the coaching job.
Yes, thank you.
That's good. That's so great.
Yeah.
And what does the oldest daughter? What does she do? What is she into?
She's a softball player. She plays softball. She grew up playing softball. She's in her teenage years. She's a senior in high school now, so she's leaning towards more what her mom used to do with crafts. She likes to create crafts and wants to, become an entrepreneur, selling her own stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's cool. Oh, that's amazing. That's really wonderful. Oh, that just thrills my heart to hear. Oh, that's so good. So yeah, I know I had read kind of fast about some of the jobs that you actually had,
Hmm.
um, while you were coming up before you started your own grow your credit.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about those jobs, like the when you work for the multi-billion-dollar company, the casino,
Yes.
when you went to the casino, what were your jobs then in
So
each of
after I graduated from trade school, the first job I was able to use the skills with is the casino. It was called Resorts World Casino, located in Queens, about 10 minutes away from Kennedy Airport. So they built, the first ever casino in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Opened up October of 2011.
Mm.
So I was part of, the engineer crew that dealt with the heating, the air conditioning, ventilation,
Okay.
refrigeration, all throughout the entire casino.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's where real estate started kind of like attracting me,
Com-
right? Yeah. I started learning extra things because in my field, you don't really deal with people. You're dealing with machinery. You're dealing
mm-hmm.
with, but I'm a people person.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Mm-hmm.
to go out and meet new people, and so I was always asking questions. This casino they said they built it with like $500 million it took to build, right, altogether. This company was from Malaysia.
Wow.
um, that very next year they revenued over $700 million in that one year, and I saw it with my own eyes because I'm there every day, right? And it was just like the way it took away all the business from Atlantic City, because now you have something local.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So far
You don't
away.
have to go. Yep. Yep. Wow.
Was offering buses for free pickup for anybody in the city. We'll pick you up for free. Take you. Yeah,
Wow.
people flocking there every day, and I started, understanding
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
was going on. Right, it was too
Okay.
far of a drive, too much. As far as I'm in the Bronx, and when you're in
Bronx.
New York City, when you got to travel through different boroughs, you feel like you're going to different countries. It's
Yep.
like it's
That's
it's
true.
it's difficult, and then the cost of just crossing these bridges,
Mm-hmm.
or,
Mm-hmm.
or or the length of time on the trains, it just wasn't worth it. So I ended up moving up on July of 2015. I worked for this company called Cushman and Wakefield,
Mm-hmm.
who's a like a global real estate uh, property, like a firm, like a property management firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're global. They're like in 60 countries. They're huge. They're billions in revenue. But I worked in a specific building in White Plains, New York. So
Okay.
I oversee the building operation. I was in charge of turning it into like an energy efficient building,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to learn a lot of so it was like a commercial building, but there was many different companies in there that dealt with
Okay.
finances, real estate all over the world. So I was meeting a lot of people. Again, in my line of work, you're dealing with machinery, you're not dealing with people.
People.
But how I am, I had to connect. I connected with people, just talking, asking questions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I built a lot of great connections, learned some good stuff there, right? Which
Good.
then gave me the knowledge to be able to carry some of that into my own country. Because that trip from 2015, when my father passed, really
Mm-hmm.
opened up my mind to see the country in a different way.
Wow.
Then 2017, when I got married, I learned more of the country. I learned more of the
Mm-hmm.
family I had over there that I
Mm-hmm.
never really met.
Yep.
And I started learning more of the land. And it intrigued me to the point where I've always said, when I retire, I don't want to retire here. I would like to retire in my country. I would like to set something up because anyone that has American dollars generating passive income from anywhere, you can live anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I understood that, and I wanted to go back to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what my projection was. So fast forward, 2020 happens. This is when many people realize if they're actually an essential worker or not, right? Many people lost their jobs. Many people didn't realize that they weren't needed as they thought they were.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I was still going to work every single day, but I was working in an empty building because most of the companies in that building just dealt with people behind computers all day. You're like,
Right. Right.
So if you can do it on the computer, you can do it from home. So
Mm-hmm.
what a lot of those companies did was they just removed all their workers. Now they don't want to pay that rent anymore.
Right.
So the commercial real estate took a huge hit because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, it gave me time to kind of like settle down because the speed of New York is so fast. You don't really have time to think
Mm-hmm.
about much. You just gotta go. You're like a machine. And that time of the pandemic was kind of like, I say, is a blessing and a curse, all depending on what you did with your time.
Right. Right. True. That's true.
Yeah. So I had a lot of time to think, and I had to find a way to pivot out of that situation, that
Mm-hmm.
situation. And that's where Grow Your Credit was born.
Okay. Okay.
Prior to that, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
asked me a question about, my wife.
Mm-hmm.
She also worked for the hospital. Prior to that, we were doing the travel club. Yeah. So after the wedding, 2017, we joined the travel club just because
Okay.
experience we had. 2018, our first trip, our first big trip, I did a surprise 1-year anniversary trip for my wife to Dubai. And that was one of the most amazing experiences after our wedding that I could remember. I know you, if you ask what was our favorite trip from all the places we traveled,
That one.
Dubai, hands down. And the fact that I kept it a secret from her for about 3 months, what's even more crazier. Like I literally,
she had no clue.
No clue. I almost blindfolded her to the airport. She had no clue.
Wow.
So being that was our first, that's a 16-hour flight, right?
Yep.
That was the first time I've ever taken a flight that long. I don't pass 3 or 4 hours because I would just travel to the Caribbean.
Right.
I'm used to that. And now we're challenging ourselves to go into a whole different part of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
I made sure I took a flight that connected somewhere close. So we connected to London. So this whole time she thought we were heading to London. So yeah, when we land in London, it was about a 3-hour layover, and we're kind of like just circling around in the airport, and she's looking at me like, okay, when are we leaving? Can we get our bags and stuff? Like, what is going on?
Exactly.
Yeah. So then I walk her into a waiting area for the next flight, but there's no signs. There's still no signs of Dubai, nothing around a clue.
Right.
I was sitting in the waiting area. I actually recorded this and put it on my Instagram. That reaction, that moment that she finally found out where we were going. They said it over the loudspeaker. At the same time, I happened to be recording. And when I tell you, when she heard that, she screamed so loud that everyone, because, if you're traveling to Dubai, you're probably somebody that's been there before. You got money. This is nothing new to you. But you're talking about people from the Bronx that have never been to anywhere close to Dubai. And when she let that scream out, everybody just turned to her like, "Are you seriously didn't know where you were going?" She was like, "No." Oh man, her reaction.
That's amazing.
That was if the trip ended right there, I was happy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what good. Moments is what it's all about right there.
Yeah.
The memories that stick with you. And
that's good.
So this travel club was amazing because what they did was they curated the whole trip for you. They had already the
whole itinerary was actually set out. Yeah.
It was also, I didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Especially, that's a lot of the fear people have when they're traveling to a country they've never been to. You don't really know what to do or who or what
exactly.
route to take when you're there. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to take a trip like that. And it was amazing. It was so amazing. We came back from that just like rejuvenated. I think it was a little time after that is when I first met you.
Yes. After I saw those photos, I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to be doing this because you kept writing about it. I'm like, okay, you should be here, or you should. I'm like, okay, how did they get here? Da da da. So that's actually how we met. Yes.
And I remember we met. It was very cold that day. I remember having to put on a scarf that day. We went down and we spoke. We were in Times Square.
Yeah.
And we had an amazing conversation. And that was back in 2018. And look at us now, 2022. We didn't see each other
Exactly,
since then,
exactly.
but we
Yeah.
kept in contact.
Yep. That was a good part. That was a good part. We never lost touch. Yeah.
Yeah,
You followed me, I followed you, and we just kept it up. Yeah. I
yeah,
did join. I did join the club, guys. I did join
yeah,
for a minute. I got one trip out of it. I did do a trip to Mexico. I think I went to
Wow.
the Paradisos in,
Yes.
yes,
I remember.
that's where I went. I went the February, like the following year, I went in the
Mm.
February, I think. Yeah, so I did get one trip out of it. Yeah,
You
so it
travel.
was good.
You've traveled a lot since then, though. Now
Yes,
you've
yes, I
developed a
have.
trip
Yeah,
on your own. You're
yes,
just a
I
traveler.
have.
Now I live through you. I live through your eyes
Yes,
now.
I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
That's
Yeah, but no,
awesome.
that's actually where we met. That's how we met, actually. So yeah, and
Yeah.
it's been a good friendship. It's been a good relationship, and I like that. I like that. We support each other online, and here, look
Yeah.
at us. Here we are now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's really really good. So I'm happy about that.
That's why I always say in business, relationships is always more important than money. Okay?
True. That
Relationships
is
can
true.
take you a long way. Just the people you meet, the people you
Yeah.
impact along the way
Yeah. Yeah.
is what they'll remember you mostly.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. 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 And like I said, you guys were so like just watching the two of you just do stuff on social media was like, oh my God. It makes me sometimes want to say, God, I wish I had that. The two of you like guys look like you were literally meant for each other. That's
Right.
literally how it looks to me. Yeah.
We,
Yeah. That's
we
great.
get
That's
that.
just amazing.
We get
Yeah,
that.
but I'm happy. I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
that. I'm happy for the relationship you have with her and with the kids. So that's really,
Thank
really
you.
good. Yeah. I can't, hey, I don't know too many people I can really say that about, but yeah, especially married, especially, you're married and, you're doing your thing. So I'm happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been
But
five
what was the
years
name
now.
of her business again?
The name of her business was Give Me a Smile.
Give Me a Smile. There you go. Yes,
She
yes, yes, yes.
smiled
Give
all
Me
the
a
time, so
Smile.
I think the name just fit because her
She
smile is a
sure did.
gift to
She
many
sure did.
kids. And then
She sure did. She
um,
acts
she
like a little. She acts like a little kid, like when they're in a candy store.
yeah,
Yes,
she's got a
that's
young
how she.
soul. That's why
Yes.
the kids connect to her. It was like I told her, listen, once we have the son, I don't want any more kids. We've got three. We're good. If you want any more kids, I can open this business up for you. You can get as many kids as you want, as
Yeah.
long as we can give them back at the end of the
Yeah. 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 She's
day.
infectious. I must say that
Yeah.
she's definitely infectious. Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's good. So, does she still have that in Central Florida? Is she still doing that, or she had
No,
stopped?
no, no, no. When we moved out here, she
Yeah.
closed the daycare because the restrictions and the guidelines started getting pretty crazy after COVID.
Oh,
So it
right.
kind of
Right.
limited what we wanted to do
To
with
do. Okay. Okay.
because of all the precautions and everything that had to be in
Right.
place, extra training and stuff.
Right. Exactly.
It
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
hard to grow. So that's the only reason why I was a little hesitant to really tell her the plans I had of moving out here
Um,
because of her business. I thought she was gonna, I didn't want her to think that, I wanted her to leave everything behind and just follow
mhm.
me.
Mhm. Mhm.
But instead, when I told her, her reaction was just like, wherever you go, I'm going.
I'll go. Exactly. You're not leaving me. You're not leaving me. Nope. I'm not staying here without you. Nope. 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 Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
So
Is she planning on probably restarting it up again or?
I think so. I think so
Okay.
in the near future. Right now, she's dabbling into the real estate market out here
Okay. Okay.
because Florida real estate market is kind of like a whole nother country here
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
with how many people are flocking here every week, um, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
To this day, I still haven't met someone that was born and raised in Florida. Somebody's from somewhere.
Everybody's from someplace else, right?
Exactly. So we fit right
Well,
in.
I wish her. I mean, I wish her all the best. I wish her, good luck in that endeavor. And if she does start the business again,
Sure.
definitely, I know she will. She'll flourish. I know she'll flourish definitely,
Yeah.
because that's just the person she is. Yeah. So that's
Hmm.
great.
Hmm.
Yeah. I want to touch on, which actually moved me. Like I said earlier, on your birthday, you said you and your wife turned your lives over to Christ and got baptized. I know one don't need a reason to become a follower or a believer, But was there a significant reason, a cause, a purpose why you guys became Christians?
Um, so I've always been a faithful person, right? I've always believed in them.
Okay.
But I had this kind of. She always said I had this kind of like blind faith that just was like fearless. Like I would move fearless that she didn't understand, right? And I believe my faith got stronger after my father passed, right?
Okay.
I started seeing life a little differently, and she always prayed. Her prayers are always very strong, right? Oh, she's always been a prayer.
Really? Wow.
Pray, yeah, yeah, always. Even before I even understood the word, or understood what my purpose was, or what
Right.
God calling was for me.
Right.
And then I think this leap of faith that we took from taking a, because it wasn't not just me, it wasn't
Yep.
just her, like it was five of us.
Entire family. Yeah.
And when I tell you it was like one day to the next, it wasn't something premeditated. It was just something like an opportunity came. I prayed on it, and he just opened that door, and I had to walk through it. Understand? A lot of people get those doors
You
open,
brought
but
tears to my eyes. Yes. Yes.
a lot of people
I
see
get
those
that.
doors opening, and the fear holds them back from taking
Yeah.
that step, right? And it was that faith that removed that fear from me to follow through, and she had no choice but to come,
What's to
because
come?
I know her fear. Fear holds her back a lot because of prior
Yeah.
trauma
Hmm.
from my parents,
Right.
from my
Right.
family. You get caught up in this
Yeah.
bubble.
Yeah.
But I always give praise to that travel company, because it opened my mind to a whole different world. It opened my mind to remove that fear of what others say, remove that
Hmm.
fear of the unknown, and
Right.
just move in faith. You understand? Move in faith,
Right.
because there's a bigger purpose for you on this world. In this world, you're not just meant to be stuck in one place
Right.
like a tree,
Exactly.
right? You're
Exactly.
not a tree. So when I took that leap, and how everything has unraveled for us here in just 1 year, all the blessings that have come through, even the trials, and how we've been able to get through it together as a family. I felt like it was time. It was time to make that commitment, right? It was time to make that commitment. Even though I had my relationship with him internally, I wanted to make that commitment for her to understand that we're in
Hmm.
this together, right? We're in this together. And then when I moved down here, I actually linked up with a long lost cousin I didn't see in over 20 years.
Wow.
And I'm talking about his father is my mom's brother. Like,
Wow.
we're that
Wow.
close, but
Right.
we were just disconnected. He was in Florida,
Right.
I was here. And I didn't know what part of Florida he was in. It just so happened that when I moved to Central Florida, he was 10 minutes away. And yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
He was the one that introduced me to the church we go to now.
Okay.
And in the church, it really resonated with the type of family we are. And it was like out of nowhere, a calling was just saying, like, listen, the church has baptisms every last Sunday of the month.
Hmm.
And when I
Okay.
calculated on the calendar, it happened to fall on my birthday. And I see everything as a sign. Like, now my eyes have been open ever since I made this move. My eyes have been open to see signs that I would think it's from him. You understand?
Right.
I
Right.
still can't hear him as much, but I can see what he's trying
See.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
show me. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, because she had already scheduled herself for a baptism. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me.
You're kidding.
We went through the process and was already scheduled for that. But then when I saw it, I immediately said, you know what? I'm ready to do it.
Wow.
After 39 years, this is the time that I believe, I want to show this act of obedience. So when that day came, it was just us two as a couple. We were the only ones that got baptized that day in
That
front of
day. Hmm.
a crowd. And The feeling we had, it was an indescribable feeling for myself, because in my culture we baptize when we're like literally when we're
Little, right,
1 years old, couple months. You don't really
right.
understand. You
Yeah.
just something the parents do to protect you or whatever, but you don't understand as a person. But
Hmm.
when I got in that water, when I tell you, when he held my hand and I dipped my head back, my eyes were closed, but I felt like it was wide open and I can see the water clear as the water that's in your background, just like that.
Wow.
Beautiful. And I got out and I felt just the weight come off my shoulder. It was an experience that it was really supernatural for me. And we just got out of there. We were still soaking wet. We were hugging each other and just crying our eyeballs out, just like in relief and understanding that we've got covered with that love and we are on the right path. Right. So it's been a blessing ever since, man. And I tell you, after that, that's when, my kids won the championship together. It was just a couple of things that happened right after.
That's good.
This is crazy.
That's really good. Yeah. You're saying that how you felt like, yeah, a different person.
Mhm.
A girlfriend of mine, we've been friends since we're like way young because we're from Jamaica. So
Yes.
we grew up together, and she lives in Canada and I'm here, but we talk ever so often. There's a period where, like all you could hear was crickets, but then once we got connected, So anyway, this year she went, I think she always goes back home for her anniversary,
Okay.
because she's married and she has two kids. So they always go for their, vacation. And I know we had talked about, you know, um, probably just in passing of, her wanting to give her life, over to, Christ, and she wanted to get baptized and everything. And I'm like, really? She said, Rosie, what's really out here for us? We've practically like lived our lives. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
she's married. I haven't been married, but yeah,
Mhm.
she's kind of like rounded. She has done so much with her life, the family and everything. So I guess for her, she's like, okay, what else is there for me? I'm traveling, I'm okay, I have a roof over my head, all these good things. She said, why not? So anyway, she went to Jamaica for her trip. Um, when she came back, all I got first was a little video, a little clip. And I kept looking at the clip because it was kind of like a little tiny. And I took my glasses out, which I normally do. And I'm holding the phone up like this. And I'm like, I said, what? She got baptized.
Wow.
And she was crying. And I've known her for, I want to say, let's say 30 years. I'm going to put it at 30 years. I've known her for about 30 years and I've never seen this girl cry.
Wow.
She was crying. And then when finally, I think I texted her back, and she responded. And then she said, we have to catch up because, she want to talk to me.
Mhm.
Eventually we did talk and she started sharing. And it's the same thing that you're saying. She said, she felt like, she said, I can't explain it, but I felt so different. Like I felt brand, I'm going to cry
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. It's okay.
She said she felt brand new.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I didn't, my viewers probably don't know this, but I was a Christian, but I got baptized when I was like, I don't know, probably 6, 7, or 8,
Mhm.
somewhere there. So, of course, you're eventually going to probably backslide. You're going to like fall back. So, which is what has happened to me.
Mhm.
I've been here, to be honest, Robin, I've been here and I don't think I've been to church maybe, I'm not going to lie, I've been here over 30 years and I've been to church maybe 3 times. I have tried to find a church that kind of works for me, makes me feel at home, like I belong, but I haven't found that. Um, there is one across close to where I live right now. But I want a church where I don't have to watch my neighbor or the neighbor doesn't have to watch me to see what I'm wearing. I want to just go as I am. But these churches that I see are like always like dressy, the big hats, like they're in a parade or some kind of competition.
Yeah.
I don't want that. While I know I can actually visit without even paying attention to that, it surrounds me, so I don't feel I'd be comfortable. But she did tell me that she has prayer. They have like a prayer meeting or prayer night. I think on Sunday she said I think at 7 o'clock, and she had invited me. One Sunday she had called, but I missed her call, and then she left me a note, voice note, and she said whenever I want to, join them for that. She said, "Oh, we're on here long." She said, "Oh, we chit chat, we catch up first, and then they get into like the scriptures and then the prayers and whatever." So I told her, yeah, I'll definitely come on. I'll let her know when I'm gonna join her. But um, yeah, something moved me, and when you said that, when I read that in your bio, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he got baptized. And it's funny, when I met you, I sensed, I'm not going to say you're a Christian, but whatever it is that people sense when you're like on that path, I sense that with you. Like you were genuine, pure, true. Like you were who you said you were. You know what I mean? You wasn't trying to be giving me this like air of anything.
Mhm.
You were, and I got that vibe from you. And I think everybody that I'm probably straying now, but everybody that I've actually chosen on social media to like be friends with, I feel some kind of connection with them. I just realized the other day that this other chick that I love to watch her stuff, she posts her like an influencer,
Mhm.
realizing that she's also a September baby. So it was like, like little things we were connecting with. But yeah, everybody that I kind of choose to, like or follow, always I just like feel like there is some kind of connection. There's something they're there to teach me, or I'm there to teach them, or something.
Of course.
And it's a great feeling. I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really a good feeling to know that you have people on that level or that platform with you that you can actually, share and just be yourself, so to speak. But I'm happy for you. God, I'm gonna cry. Congratulations.
Happy tears.
Congratulations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm really happy. So maybe I might follow you. I might be right behind you. So you never know. You never know. Just watch out for me.
Listen, and I was in your shoes um, just last year. Prior to that, I couldn't find. I was not a churchgoer. I couldn't find a church. No, I couldn't connect with anything in New York. I just had my faith within me, but I've never been a church.
Wow.
You
Wow.
understand? All of that transpired as I moved here, as I started integrating with the community here, and that's when I really felt a connection
Wow.
to the point where, my kids attend.
Yeah.
Um, I'm connecting with everyone in the community that is
Yeah.
just like me, that can, looks just like me, connects with me, can
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
guide me on this path. They know where I am on this path.
Yeah.
I'm just learning. I'm not perfect. I'm just now getting started, but I know the path I want to go on. I know he has a purpose for me. I want to find that. That's what I'm here for.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And being a part of that community has really changed me. So I know once you find that, it's gonna impact you in a whole
That's it. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
different.
Yeah, I think so too. I do think so. I do. I just really, like you said, I really haven't found any that really connects with me, or I
Mhm.
connect with it. I really, I really don't. So
Mhm. It's not easy.
hopefully it does. Hopefully it does, because I feel my life has changed in the past probably year or more, a little bit more, maybe, yeah, a little bit more than a year.
Hmm.
I know as a person I have um my heart, yes, definitely. And there's just, it's almost as if like I'm on this path that I'm not gonna say searching, but yeah, I'm driven.
You
I'm
driven.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm hoping that yes, I will actually be where you are, and I can share and be, just, oh yeah, be a blessing, be a blessing, be a blessing.
We're gonna pray for you, Rosie. We're gonna pray
Thank
for
you. Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Are the kids, are they thinking about getting baptized as well?
So wow, great question. So here's something even more supernatural. So
Mm,
on that in that same month that we were getting prepped for the baptism, because before you get baptized, there's a couple
right.
courses,
You have to.
classes you
Yeah.
got to take to
Yeah.
in order to prep yourself. Um, my daughters were invited to a sleepaway camp, right?
Ah.
First time ever. We're experiencing new things here that we've never experienced in our past. So this is from a good friend of ours who lives about 2 hours away. She was inviting them to the sleepaway camp for about 6 months now. And I was putting it away just because I was like, I didn't have the funds at the time and I wasn't really focused on that. Um, so their place, because they had a reserved spot, their place was gone, right? So it was out of sight, out of mind. Literally 2 days before the actual sleepaway camp started, it was only for 1 week. She called me back. She was like, "Listen, I got 2 spots for them. If you can just bring them, I would really love to. Don't worry about the fund, whatever the case is." I'm like, "All right, you know what? She's pushing for it. The kids want to go. It's fine."
Yeah.
Little did I know that it was actually a Christian camp, sleepaway camp for them, where they were heavily in Bible studies, and it was just like an experience to the point that my eldest got baptized in this camp. We had no idea. She just sent us a video of our daughters getting baptized from
You're
this
kidding.
experience the same month that we did. And it was just like, wow, God is really working. God is really working on us here.
Wow.
She came back from that camp, my oldest is always, she's never the affectionate type. She's
Right.
always distant. She's a teenager. So I'm like, when she first came back, she gave me the biggest hug I've ever felt in those 16 years of her life.
Look at God. Look at God.
Amazing. It was a feeling that just like we came and we all sat as a family and we was just talking. We were just talking. And now we sit together in Bible
Togetherness. Right.
family. Now
Right. Right.
we study the word. We get everywhere, what our input or what we feel, really trying to get an understanding of what, just our family's really walking on in purpose right now. And that what he's doing to us and for us and through us is something magical. And I'm grateful. I'm forever grateful. That's why, even with my business,
Yeah.
I carry it with integrity and honesty, and I move through him to impact, because I created this to impact people. A lot of people burdened with financial troubles or credit being a huge issue, and I just wanted to solve a problem. That's all I wanted to do, just solve a problem. That's the only reason why I started this. And thank God, from then to now, I've been able to bless over 200 families, 200 people that have really benefit from our service and moved on to do great things. And I think that's just the work of God working through me to be so helpful and understanding.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do this for the money. I did it to really impact people's lives, because I'm a people person. So God's been opening so many doors, and I just got to show up. They just said, "Listen, all you got to do is just show up." Just show up.
Listen, I can see it. I can see it. Like I said, when I saw you first, you posted a picture of like some apartments. And then I said, oh, I said, shoot, he's moving. You put something else up, and then you said, oh, this could be something. I figured, like I said, this could be my home, or this could, like, and then I think people were commenting and asking, oh, dude, you moved or whatever.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I see you, like, you're in your home. Then I see you with your car, and I'm like, okay, I want to know what he's doing, because I need what he, but in a good way. I wasn't like, okay, questioning what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I know you were definitely doing this business. And then when you posted something, which actually irked me so much, when you said the neighbors called the cops on you because they thought you were doing drugs. And I'm like, it's funny. You're the second Hispanic male that I've met that has happened to. He moved into a neighborhood, his wife and his 2 kids. And he lives way out in Jersey, which is like about maybe an hour and 10 minutes or so. So he would have to definitely take a bus in. And he works in New York, and he works for a building. So I think he's like either not janitor, but whatever, like a super, like for the building, like I think it's an office building or living quarters, apartments.
Okay.
And they called the cops on him, thinking that he was actually a drug dealer. I mean, the man is just making a living and trying to better his life and his family. And so when I saw that on your thing, I'm like, Jesus, like, Really? Like really?
Hmm.
I was just wondering what your reaction was because I'm like, I just couldn't. I would have gone off. I really would have gone off on them. To be honest, that was so uncalled for, unnecessary.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The old me, the New York in me,
Right.
to go off.
Would have.
That was my
Yeah. Would
first
have.
reaction because
Yeah.
I come from a rough neighborhood, and that's still in me.
And
But
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
emotional intelligence is what I carry now, right?
Right.
So
Right.
rather than getting upset or letting that irritate me, I use that as a moment to educate them,
Yep. Yep.
right? Moment
Yep.
to educate them, and since that moment, he actually became a client of mine. Yeah. Yeah, good friend now. He just it was just the ignorance when people just don't understand.
Yeah. I know. I know it is.
So
I know it is. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
and
know. I know.
I use that as an opportunity to just educate and let them know. Hey, listen, what I what I'm doing, you can do too. I'm not doing anything crazy. You just got to learn how to play the game. That's all it is. It's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. We're gonna prejudge. So I'm hoping that impacted him to not do that in the future.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. With somebody else. But
Hmm.
yeah, you open that door, and that's what I want to get to. You know, you started your business right, I think after the pandemic or right
Yeah,
before the pandemic. Okay.
during
So
the pandemic, right during the pandemic,
during
actually.
the pandemic. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I wanted you to talk about a little bit about that because I know years gone by I was actually in a rut myself. I was like almost like literally on my face.
Hmm.
And it almost cost me where I lived. So I would have been out in the street, probably not
Hmm.
knowing where to go. So yeah, can you like lead us into, well, I know why you started because you just, you mentioned that all through us talking. So tell us more about what you actually do at Grow Your Credit.
Okay, so I can definitely tell you exactly why I started. I grew up in a 500 credit score neighborhood. I mean, in an environment where bad credit is normal. You want to
Right,
put things in other people's names because yours is not good. Whatever
right.
the case is, that's just a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was in a situation myself, so I decided to pay this company to help me with my situation because I was in a
Right,
situation where I needed to fix my credit to make, have some doors open. And then when I seen that company really just took my money, I didn't really know them. There was no trust, so paid these people. Didn't see any results after like 6 months, 6, 7 months. I'm still kind of like scratching my head. Then the pandemic happens, and now I got time to really sit. And I told myself, let me learn how to do this myself. Next thing I did was I called my mom. I was like, Mom, because my mom didn't know anything about credit. She's coming from a country that didn't deal with credit. Everything is cash.
cash.
I don't
Yep,
understand the system here.
yep.
Credit is something, financial literacy is something you don't get taught in the education system here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Almost like you're introduced to it once you get into college and you're online and signing for that $100,000 loan that they'll approve you for with no problem, without you even
Yep,
understanding what you're signing,
yep.
is when you start realizing how that can impact your
Mm-hmm.
entire life
Yes,
and your
yes.
future, right?
You're absolutely right.
So um, once I started fixing her credit, I remember her credit was, she didn't have much on it because she never applied for anything. She only had one little AT&T bill, a collection that was like $20 or something.
Right.
So I used hers as an experiment, and I was able to build her credit up to like 800 in a matter of months. And I was like, oh. So then I called my cousin, and then I got my sister. Everybody, I want all the family for free. We should all have great credit. Let me,
Right.
let me
Right.
show you how. And once I saw it started working, then I said, wow, I'm really, and then just the feedback I was getting and how it was really the impact that it was having on people, the feeling that they were having,
Mm-hmm.
weight off
Mm-hmm.
their shoulder. Now they can, go acquire that car they needed, or
Yeah.
actually move to an apartment that they wanted to, but
Yes.
could never be able to, because even though they have the cash in this country,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have credit. They're not opening that door for you because anybody
Mm-hmm.
can have cash.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see the history of you managing that money, and the only way to
Mm-hmm.
do that is to judge it through your credit.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
judging. So the impact is what was really intriguing me about this business, and I decided to, pay a mentor thousands of dollars to get this information on how to structure a business
Right.
completely, to be able to operate it from home. Now this was
Mhm.
allowing me to spend more time with my kids. Working in as an HVAC engineer or in that field, I was away from the house
Oh,
too many hours,
right.
too often. And I wanted to create something where I'm closer to them. And this allowed me to do that. So essentially what we do is we solve your credit problems and you're completely hands off if you want to be, right? What it is, it's the luxury of saving you time. There's negative items. 80% of reports have uh, incorrect information on it that by law should not be there. It's
Mm,
hurting you, and you can dispute that and get that removed because by law it says everything has to be accurate and correct, down to your name, down to your address.
right.
So those simple information, that simple information, you can actually dispute to remove. You can control
Okay.
your own credit score, but many
Okay.
people don't know that unless
Mhm.
you're educated on it.
Right.
So not only are we fixing the credit for you, but we're educating you so you don't have to come see me again because I don't want to see you again. I want you to maintain it and keep moving forward with it. Leverage it to your advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Family away to a bigger house, to get
Mm-hmm.
your family that car, to invest in, if you need a high limit credit card for an emergency purpose, learning of what happened with the pandemic, you need an emergency stash. You need
Yes. Yes.
credit
Mm-hmm.
as for a rainy day. A rainy day could last a whole year.
Yep. 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, 2 years. You
Yes.
want to be prepped for that. You want to
Yeah.
be prepped for
Yeah.
that. So I think business is booming because of the effects of what happened in the past 2 years. Right?
Yes.
People want to get now their life back together, and I pride myself on educating them through the process so that if something like this happens again, you don't fall in this hole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I know time is very valuable, and many people don't have the time to sit and learn this kind of language because it's a whole
Right.
different language. This
Right. Right. Right.
credit game is a whole different language. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to pay somebody you can trust that can get the job done for you because you're paying for
Mm-hmm.
results, not to be dragged along and just paying something that you're not seeing the benefits of.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I just built a company just to solve your credit problems, with results.
Right.
So that
Okay. So
you
there's no payment. There's no type of payment. You don't ask for a payment.
no, no,
You
we
do.
actually, yeah, we charge for our
Okay. Okay.
service
Okay. 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 Okay.
because we do everything for you. Because
Okay.
we do
Got you.
everything for
Okay.
you,
Okay.
right?
Got you. Got you. Got you.
We
Got you.
dispute these items for you, with your permission. You understand? We fight these bureaus. We fight that battle for you.
Mm-hmm.
We fight the battle for you, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. A lot of people have been happy. Most of my business comes from referrals. If
Right.
you get
Right.
referred, it's because you're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But the communication is very important. Communication throughout the whole process is very important because you want to feel like this personal information is being taken care of.
Right.
You want to feel
Right.
like,
That's true.
yeah. So that's why you see me all the time. I even got my kids involved. I got my kids. I've got my children on my payroll so they can create the content for me. As they're learning, they're educating at the same time. It's all a family affair.
I saw your son because I saw him with the shirt,
Yeah,
and I think you guys were doing like a little quick little clip of something, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, he got him involved too. I was like, I was laughing. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
put
it's
him to
important to
work,
teach
put him
them
to
because
work. Yeah,
again, they're not going to teach you in school. So it's up to us as the parents
yeah,
to have our
and
kids financially ready for the
yeah.
real world.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
They need to have some kind of class, something, even in high school. They need to have that to kind of prepare them, even the last 2 years or so, to teach them,
I
at
agree.
least a little bit about that. Yeah, how to
100%.
take care of their finances and
Yeah.
probably things that they should be looking out for. Because I remember my son kept saying to me at one point, when he was in high school, he doesn't want a credit card because he's not going to deal with credit. Da, 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 da. He was going on and on. Yeah, he got a credit card on some days. The credit card has saved him. So
Yeah.
so yeah. So it is good to know and to keep a track of it. Is there a time frame? Let's just say I started with you. Is there? It depends on how much. Is it the value? I guess like the dollar amount that's out there for you, as opposed to how long you can take to kind of like fix it to clear it up. Is there a time
Yeah.
frame?
No, I never. One thing I do, I never give a guaranteed time frame
Okay.
because
Okay.
this is a process that takes time, and then it's not coming from us. It's more the credit bureaus who, by law, have 30 to 45 days to respond to whatever dispute you have.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
So it is. It does take some time. Some people see results in, you know, if we stay consistent, 9 to 12 months.
Right.
If we stay aggressive, 3 to 6 months.
Okay. Okay.
If we
Okay.
really dive in and become snipers with it, a lot of my
Right.
people see results in 30 to 45 days
Okay.
because
Okay.
we already know, we've seen through experience, we know uh,
The errors.
how to deal with these. Yeah,
Right.
we'll
Right.
find the errors right away,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's like that. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Good. Okay. That's good to know. I'm trying to think if I had anything else to ask you. And I guess if somebody needs to know more, the best is to contact you.
yeah,
And I will request that information from you so you can send that to me so I can, when I do my description, I'll put that in there so they'll be able to find you,
sure,
follow
sure,
you, whatever your contacts, social media, everything. I'll
hundred
put
percent.
that there. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I
Let your people know whoever comes from you will get a 50% off discount.
Woo! Yeah, baby. Oh, they're gonna be happy. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
they got to do is put in heart to heart, and I know exactly
There
where you're
you
coming from.
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. Thank you for
you're
that. I will
welcome,
definitely
man.
put that in the description for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, that was yeah. I will definitely do that. That's amazing. Yeah, but um this is great. This has been great. Um I know, listen, I think I could talk to you for another hour, but yeah, this is really good.
I had a
I like
great
I said,
time.
I appreciate you taking the time out to do this, and I kind of wanted to plug into your grow your credit. That's what I kind of wanted to get to, and you've told me what you're about, what it is about, and how you take care of your people. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm happy about that, and I'm glad that you're doing this. You're fulfilling everything. Let me tell you, I'm looking at you and I'm like, in my heart, I'm saying, look at God. Because you're saying you took that leap of faith and everything
Mhm.
just started to like just drop into place. So yeah, it can't be anybody else but him. So I'm really happy that you guys took that step to move.
Yes.
Um you probably closed your eyes and did it. So I'm sure, yeah, you all was scared, but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm sure nobody has any regrets, and
Yeah.
it's going beautiful for you guys. So I'm happy. So tell Miguelina I said hi, and that I wish her all the best in her real estate, and if she does start up, her company again, her little daycare, gift a smile. Yeah,
I will.
I pray that she does well, and I hope you flourish some more because you look great. You're doing great, and your family is just so cool, so cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like
I'm
that. I
humble.
like that. So
I'm
yeah.
humble.
So thank you again, my love. And I know you're probably gonna have to do a million things after this. So I won't keep you anymore. But you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.
Can't
Thanks,
wait. Can't
Robin.
wait. Had a great time. Thank you so
I
much, and
did
good
too.
luck.
Thank
Good luck on
you.
your channel. You're doing a great job.
Thank
I
you.
enjoy every single interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
All right, you
Bye
too.
now.
Bye.